Episode number 42, Soul Club Podcast. Plentiful of updates for this episode. Drop that beat. And the crew is back.
We are back. We are back.
Action.
eBay, we did see plenty of photos. Looks like a lot of fun out there at HQ.
Oh my
Kenny?
gosh.
That was fun. And if you haven't listened, me and Anna did some update alert on our trip from eBay HQ. I think we narrated pretty much everything we can talk about on that episode. So.
We did the broad strokes for sure.
Yep.
Exactly.
And some fun stories. There's always fun stories. Every day there's something
Every day.
different.
And so today, though, we have some different updates across all reselling platforms. Usually we do a lot of eBay updates. You know, we love eBay.
Yeah.
We do.
eBay's still part of the update, but we're including Mercari, Whatnot, and even IKEA today, some way, somehow.
That is the one that I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
About.
Like IKEA. Wait, do you have an IKEA
who?
near you?
Yes. St. Louis has one. They just got it though. Like, I mean, to me, it feels like it just happened, but it's probably like several years ago at this point. But that was like a big deal. It's like
we did.
awesome.
We did see it when you're crossing a bridge.
Yeah,
the
the Mississippi
right? It's
River.
like downtown, right? Like
Yeah.
that's downtown area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So-
our IKEA is like in the suburbs, so no
Yeah.
traffic and everything like that.
Closest one to
Well-
me is Phoenix, so that's 6
Oh my
hours.
gosh, really?
Yeah.
That's really
Glenn
far.
don't know the struggle of assembling IKEA cabinets.
Yeah.
have you assembled anything IKEA?
Yes, I have ordered some.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, I'm like, what's going on here with this thing? It did take forever.
They've been getting better about the shipping options though. So before
Yeah,
Really?
that's
like
true.
before they there was actually an eBay seller that was leveraging IKEA
Oh, yeah,
because
I'm sure.
IKEA don't ship heavier items.
No, their fulfillment is.
So he
or
found a
was.
way to do like ground shipping, and he would literally like it was physical drop shipping. So he would list IKEA items, and he would go to IKEA, buy it, and then ship it.
Wow.
So it was a zero capital, and I think that loop closed because IKEA now is offering a better shipping option.
We ordered a big leather couch from IKEA several years ago, and it just like kept not getting delivered for like weeks, and it was like a whole crazy thing. And
They didn't give you any credit? They didn't give it to you for free?
No, they did not. They said on the phone they were going to refund our delivery fee, and they didn't even do that. But we did eventually get the couch, and it's like our favorite piece of furniture ever.
I like
so.
that couch.
It's so comfy. I love it.
Comfy
But it was a
is,
pain to get delivered.
That's the brown leather, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's not as comfy as a regular
Kenny.
broken in couch, but that one's is like a doctor's couch. It's like
A doctor's couch.
it's like you gotta sit proper kind of couch.
That's good for
Right?
your back.
I disagree with that assessment. It's a really fantastic couch for naps, and that is optimal in my opinion.
Well, I guess if you guys
Naps.
are talking couches, and maybe we should just start with the IKEA one. I mean, I was going to start eBay, but
Please
we're
tell
already
us
here.
what
Yeah,
is
let's
going
do it,
on
let's
with
do it.
that.
Okay, so IKEA has created their own resale platform called IKEA Pre-Owned. As part of an aim to become, a
King
circular
of
business by
sustainability.
2030. Yep, exactly.
Well, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That
So-
doesn't that presume that things will last through more than one household?
That's
Wow,
That's their
Anna,
plan.
I mean-
knocking IKEA
Some
off.
of it will. Some
Yeah.
of it will.
Let me see. Like my couch in the back, that's an IKEA.
Yeah.
A lot of the desk last.
Anything not made of like particle board.
Yeah, I would say that I agree.
They
Anything
have
that's not
some
made
good
of
like
particle.
metal stuff too.
Yeah, like I have two metal shelves, and one actually is holding my aquarium, so it holds up.
Wow, that's so interesting. What do you know about the secondhand marketplace? It's exclusively for like secondhand IKEA.
Yeah, so they say by keeping IKEA furniture out of landfills and finding them new homes instead, we hope to encourage to reduce waste and prolong the life of our products. They hope to rival eBay and Facebook marketplace with pre-owned furniture and homeware by uploading photos and setting a price. IKEA would then use AI to pull in correct measurements for the piece from its own database.
Okay, that's a selling
Kenny
point.
Ken's like smart.
I like it.
It's funny because you see the photo, the thumbnail that they use. It's IKEA and eBay. I thought at first I thought it was collab.
Collab.
Yeah, right. Doesn't
Not
it look
bad.
like there's like a? If you guys have seen it, you just do IKEA marketplace.
Yeah.
It's a yellow couch in the middle with IKEA on the left and eBay on the right. I'm like, are we gonna? I thought eBay's gonna come up with an eBay couch,
Like
or,
IKEA.
yeah. I mean, eBay
true merger.
eBay already copied IKEA bags. Oh,
Kenny, come on now.
What is it you like to say, Ken? The great artists copy and the
good
best artists
copy,
steal?
great artist steal.
That's straight
That's
from
by
Picasso,
baby.
not from
Picasso.
Steal like an
Like-
artist?
Yeah.
Still
Which
like
Ken
an
is
artist.
just
That's what he
stealing his
said.
quote, which is technically.
If you want to
what
be
he's talking
good,
about.
copy. But if you want to be great, steal.
Well, it says buyers can pick up their purchase directly from the seller, who has the choice of being paid directly or receiving an IKEA
Oh.
voucher with 15 cents or 15% additional credit.
Oh,
Oh
I like that.
man,
Okay.
I would
So-
be doing that.
I got a
Straight
bunch
pay
of
the
Kia
person
Yeah.
or get the IKEA
Cash.
voucher.
stuff. Plus
15%.
15%.
Additional credit.
That's
Ooh,
awesome.
So put it this way: marketplaces are charging people to sell.
Yeah.
IKEA is giving you credits. To sell.
to come buy more.
They're
of
telling
their
you to come
stuff.
back.
They're telling you to like assemble more stuff for them.
Exactly.
And I could literally just go in there, assemble the most hard pieces, and just sell them assembled. And then Anna comes buy it from me, and then I get 15% profit for assembling the item.
I think you have a new business model.
I know.
He's
Ken's
really
gonna start
about it.
thinking.
Dude, that is so cool. And then make a YouTube video out of the assembly.
Oh, there we go.
Unlimited
Okay.
income stream.
Double dipping in there.
Well, Ken, it's been nice knowing you. This has been a really fun podcast. Good luck with your new.
I gotta go to
venture.
IKEA.
Yeah, don't give anybody ideas.
Okay, so I'm assuming all this is like basically local pickup only, or is there gonna be shipping? Do we
That's a
know?
good question.
They didn't
I mean,
say
I'm
they
think-
didn't mention shipping.
Yeah,
But-
it just says.
but-
I mean, purchase directly from seller. It doesn't really say anything.
But I do
weird.
like the Craigslist, right? Like they're trying to mimic off Craigslist, right? Because like
Yeah.
you know, I think the bigger it's funny they didn't quote Facebook Marketplace. I guess they don't want to be Facebook.
No, I mean it is funny though because how many IKEA things do you see on Craigslist and Marketplace? Like,
Right.
you know.
So I mean, I think because you know, like when you're moving or you're upgrading, those are things that you don't really want to, you know, you want to let go of, and a lot of what gets tossed out and stuff like that. But like again, like the
Oh my
pieces
gosh,
that are
literally
not,
having to assemble them is just.
yeah, I think that's. I actually bought something that was an IKEA return. I'm assuming, but it was like a side table that I didn't really want to assemble. That's the reason why I didn't want to buy it unassembled. And at checkout, they had the what was
Like
it, as
scratch
is.
and dent.
Yeah, scratch and then as is.
The
And
floor
they had
model.
them there, and I was like, oh, I'm buying it now.
Yeah.
So-
100%. I have bought the floor model multiple times at IKEA, and it's like so great. And that magically
That is
happens.
that. Glenn, I think that's a good strategy, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. But they're not done yet. One last thing.
Oh,
As part of the goal to ensure that all IKEA products can be reused, refurbished, or in a last resort, recycled by 2030, the marketplace also features a care and repair section that allows people to order spare parts, removable covers, and wood stains to refresh their furniture.
Well, that is interesting because I feel like it's already hard to get spare parts.
Yeah. I like that. I think that, I mean, we should do a case study on IKEA. I've done a little bit of backstory on IKEA. They're actually a non-profit organization. Did you guys know that?
No.
I did not.
Now you
that.
know.
Now you know. Everybody else knows too.
So I like that. I like the model of like creating more life to a product. I mean,
Yeah.
talk about sustainability. That's what, every company should do. Provide parts. I mean, you're already manufacturing it. Just manufacture extra to
Yeah.
give repair.
It does seem like they're pretty good at actually putting their money where their mouth is about sustainability things, which I definitely appreciate, because on one hand, it's like, it feels like a paradox sometimes, because it's like, okay, their materials and kind of, their general vibe and design and stuff. It's like, okay, yay, sustainability. But then it's like, this is the most like mass produced.
Right,
like,
right. It's kind of like
stuff that like certain things that are like so dirt cheap, like people just treat them like they're disposable.
Right, that is the thing,
and
right?
it's like, so I love that they are trying to have some kind of solution for that.
Yeah, and I would go against the mentality of like IKEA furniture is cheap, because I think a lot of people buy the cheap IKEA furniture stuff
Yeah.
that are the cheap end, because I feel like they have ranges, because they have couches
do.
that are over $2,000 too.
They totally do.
Expensive. So like, I mean, your couch is one of the most expensive stuff that they sell, which
Humble
I like,
brag.
and I actually didn't buy it because it was expensive at that point. And it held up well, because I sat on your couch and it looked brand new. It feels brand new. That's why I say it's hard.
Because it's
So
not
Ken-
broken in. We've only had it for like 4 years. I don't know what you want from me.
So Kenny, what if Nike wanted to do this?
Oh,
What if they wanted to sell pre-owned on their Nike site and you buy from other sellers?
I think it's smart, bro. I think their refurbished program, I don't know why it didn't do well, or I don't know if
Yeah.
it's doing well or not. Right? Basically using their returns to give a second life. I think that's smart. I think they gotta have to have, like, make it like a car dealership kind of mentality. Like, you know how like certain people only shop Ford and they just keep like trading it in. I mean, I'm not saying that they should give you pennies to your dollar value when you trade in your stuff, because that's what I hate about dealership trade-ins. But
Yeah.
but if it's fair market value and a little less, I think that's a great model. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like every brand should do. I think J Crew is doing that. They have pre-owned. There's like higher end. I believe designer. I forgot which designer brand it is that's doing it.
Probably
Which
more
I
in
think is
handbags need to start doing that, or
Right,
probably
don't
already
you think?
doing it. Maybe. Yeah.
Right, because
Does
I
Lulu
mean, like,
do it?
I don't know if
don't
Lulu
know.
does it.
There's definitely a few like bigger names that do that, like
Yeah.
with
So,
their own. With their
I
own
think,
things,
I mean,
which is smart.
in the grand scheme of things, I think resellers would hate that.
Yeah.
But just resellers just have to find a way to buy it, from
Yeah.
Nike again or something like that. I think it's just
Stay nimble.
yeah, it's not like eliminating resellers. It's just there probably just gonna be a shift. There's gonna be an
Yeah.
avenue to buy because at this point it'll be like kind of like buying a used car under 3-year-old or something like that, or under a certain miles. It's a certified pre-owned, right? Like, I think
Yeah.
electronics have been so good at that.
Refurbished.
Yeah,
Yeah.
refurbished, right? eBay's really strong on the refurbished program. Bose is there, Dyson is there, Sony is there. I think those are good. I mean,
Yeah.
for the consumer alone, I mean, I think we need to shed light on that, because you don't need to spend $300 on the Sony headphones when you can buy it refurbished for $150.
Exactly.
agree.
So, would you say, before we move on, IKEA, you like the move? Thumbs up, thumbs down,
I
or
think
or
it's
not a
smart
big deal?
move.
Smart move.
I think.
Anna?
What do you think?
I
Anna?
think it's smart. I have shipping questions, but that's normal.
Oh, okay, got it.
Let's start with pick up, Anna. Come on now.
Sold.
And the 15% credit. Come on now.
Come on
I
now.
think
Yeah. I'm like, if you're doing the 15% credit, how about I meet you in the IKEA parking lot and you buy this for me, and then I go inside and buy my
and
new
buy
thing.
another one, and then flip another one, sell
You'll
it.
just
Go
live at
go
IKEA. If you stay, you could sleep on the beds. You could eat the meatballs. Public restroom. You could
Yeah.
literally just live there and flip
Yeah, and
IKEA
then
stuff.
wait for their as-is aisle in a scratch and dent. Wait for the
Yeah.
Oh man,
They might pay you to leave if you do that.
I might do it. I might do a series like what happens if we start flipping. I mean,
oh my gosh.
isn't that wild? I mean, like people already fall in line at Nike Outlet. That's pretty much returns and refurbish or overstock.
Yeah.
And IKEA's have them, and I think it's like at least 40% off. So imagine get that 40% off difference plus 15% credit. Yeah. Man, your meatballs are free at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Free meatballs,
You're
that
lingonberry
sauce. Listen.
Yeah.
So on eBay side, which everything's gonna be
Poor Glenn's just trying to get
everything's clickbait at this point through YouTube, through
right.
Because eBay notifies users of major changes.
Major.
Shocking.
Was it major?
Shocking.
Ghastly update.
Big update. So buyers now have the option to request an order cancellation using the cancel order button before the item is marked as shipped. eBay said in an announcement. The seller retains full control to either accept or decline the cancellation request.
Kind of like Whatnot? Whatnot does that?
You're protected from a neutral or negative feedback for any cancellation request made through the updated process, regardless of whether you accept or decline. Sellers have 3 days to approve or decline a buyer's request, and if they don't respond, the company will close it immediately.
Interesting.
Not a big deal on this.
What was the state of it before? Like, just they had to do a formal request or reach out, or like?
Yeah, I think they have to ask you for a cancellation, and then you have to go in and cancel, and buyer request it.
Yeah. Okay. That's. I mean, I've definitely done it before, but I'm like, this is just different because it's giving them a button for it, which might. On the cons side, that might encourage people to just have buyer's remorse. If they have it quickly, they can just hit cancel.
Right. I think here's the thing. I think this is the unsaid factor. Yeah. Because you know how sellers are clever?
I know how sellers are.
Sellers are clever, and if it says out of stock, they make buyer request cancel. I'm not going to say on record that I haven't done it before.
Say, hey, unfortunately, this is out of stock. Do you want me to go ahead and cancel? Well, then, yeah, buyer requested cancel.
Buyer said to cancel. What you mean? Yeah, buyer said to cancel.
I'm sure people do that.
Anna said this. Anna said it.
I'm just laying it out. I'm just saying that's how it happens. It's gotta be, right?
So, I think that's part of it. And then I think on the other side, as a seller, I'd rather you cancel than open a return request.
100%.
Right? Like, cancel it now if it's going to come back.
Ship you that stuff if you are going to change your mind. Like, and of course, they can't, like, it's still in 1 hour. But I also think that if you're going to get around to having buyer's remorse right after the post office picked this up from my house, that's infuriating. Like, you should have thought of this when you bought the item.
Right.
Like, no, it's already gone. So I like that. I don't like that it's easier for cancellation per se, but I kind of do because I think then your yes is yes and your no is no. Your sale is a sale, and for the most part, it's like maybe it will actually reduce overall cancellations. I think that'd be interesting.
What about you, Glenn? What's your take on that?
Or overall returns, I mean.
So it's kind of funny because as a seller, like, you've seen every angle of this. It's like, I remember I sold, I forgot what it was at the time. Might have been football cleats, I think. And I'm like, all right, cool, it's sold. But then I had to go source. I still had to go to the post office. I'm like, okay, when I get back, I definitely got to ship this item out. And then so, hours went by. And then I just totally forgot about it until that night. And by then, I already had a cancellation request.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So I hadn't shipped it out yet.
Right.
But so now it gives them time to cancel. And then they were just like, well, I found a better price.
Okay. I was going to say, but that's kind of a chicken or an egg, isn't it? Like.
Yeah. So then the opposite side. Yeah, if you ship it out too quick. And then it goes into like what Anna said. Well, now they changed their mind right after you took it to the post office. I shipped it within that hour because I just woke up. I had the item with me, and I was just like ready to ship it out. And then you take it, and then an hour later they're like, "Hey, I really didn't want this anymore. I'm gonna send it out or ship it back to you on a return as soon as I get it."
Yeah.
Type of thing. So that you don't. Every customer is different, so you just never know. I mean, what's gonna happen? But the smartest thing would always be to ship out as soon as you see the sale.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, returns has always been kind of like a hot topic, but I always tell everybody, like, can you tell me your return percentage? And they don't know. Like,
No.
if you really care about your returns and
It's
you don't know
small.
about your return percentage, you don't have a right to talk about returns because
It's huge. I sold one item and had one
my
return.
my return
Ouchie.
rate is
100%.
Yeah.
1.74% is my return rate. Open your eBay app metrics, guys.
Oh,
What's
Kenny
your return
wants,
rate?
Kenny wants a
You really
stat.
wanna know?
I want receipts.
Is this a contest? What does the lowest return rate
Yeah.
person get?
What do they get?
Yeah.
So you got
We're
one
We're having a
point. What?
contest.
1.74%, barely 2.
Let me see. Wait, where do I find this again? I'm
It's under your
I'm looking at active returns. which I
seller.
have two.
Go to seller level. I think they should show it on the dashboard. That might be a good suggestion. If you click seller level, where your
here it
top
is.
rated seller is, click on that, and it's on the bottom.
Oh my God. What's yours, Ken?
1.74.
Okay. Glenn, what's yours?
6.4.
No, really?
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. 26 out of 402 transactions.
Oh, mine's 11 off 631.
I
Dang.
am so mad right now
What?
because mine is 1.75.
I beat at 11.0.
Somebody go buy something from my store right now so it will change.
and return it.
No. Ken will pay
Or-
you plus.
or you
Ken
buy
will pay you
something from
plus
me.
15%. Oh my gosh.
Wow, Anna, that is amazing. And
Thank
sorry,
you.
Glenn.
Oh,
I know.
man. You know
Mine's
what I've noticed
28
more?
out of 15.97, by the way.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's really
But
good.
I do sell a lot of clothes and stuff. Like
Right, that's
a lot
that's
more
impressive.
of my stuff though is
Yeah.
not fit related, so that's kind of interesting too.
That's it. That is interesting. The
Yeah.
biggest side on my end is like what I've noticed with these jerseys is that some of the like if a collector buys it, they are insanely picky.
Yeah.
Like one
okay.
guy was like, I bought this LeBron jersey and like the what did he say? The collar was like just like a little too loose for me. Like just a small
Oh, it's like somebody fitted
Tiniest.
it and
Yeah.
it got like stretched a little bit.
yeah. And so he was like, I'm returning this one. And then I had a baseball one. He's like, I didn't really like the buttons on it. I'm like, okay.
Like-
and this is what they wear on field. This was actually like
Wow.
a $200 jersey.
You're like,
Yeah.
honey, the buttons were in the listing.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like the players are not complaining and you're complaining. I'm like, nah, you don't get that. I would decline the return, Glenn.
That's funny.
And we
Oh,
always
you
say
have free
that.
returns, right? You have free returns.
Yeah, I have free returns.
Oh, that's why it rates. No, I'm just kidding.
That's
No,
exactly.
I
know,
will
That's
say-
why
actually
it's
think-
not, I don't have free returns. Anna, do you not know?
I do on some things, but I for a long time had free returns. My rate of return did not go up.
Did not go up. Okay.
No.
Mine, I'm not turning mine on because it's pretty low.
Yeah.
I might go up to Glenn's level.
Oh yeah, you don't want that. I think
Six.
how we said every customer is different though.
Yeah.
It's like you're never gonna figure out what they're thinking when they look at the listing because
Yeah.
I have the measurements in the description and they ask
Even
me for the
when they tell
measurements.
you.
And then
Yes.
and then so I changed it to where like, all right, my photos have the measurements.
Yeah.
And they ask
They don't
me,
even
what are the
scroll still, right?
measurements? Yeah. I'm like, they're on the last two photos and then
Yeah.
they're like, oh, I didn't even look at those.
You might have to move it to the second and third photo.
True.
Because if you think about it, if somebody's really scrolling through, they would scroll through the first 4 or 5.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
And then I've had to do that like with the size tag, right? Like what's UK? Bro, like it's in my it's my specifics and it's
Yeah.
in the tag and it's in the box. I'm like, bro, like what? So I have a right shoe only, right? Miss May. It says right shoe only, Adidas Ultra Boost, right? Buys it. people buy it because it's $29.
They're like,
They
Ultra
buy
Boost.
it, and I'm like, oh,
Got it.
I didn't know it was right shoe. I'm like, bro, it says right shoe only, and this is what I do. Respond. Reading is key, and they just give me an LOL response.
Reading is key.
Yeah, who gets a brand new shoe for $29?
True.
I mean, you get one shoe, not the pair.
Well, I think that what makes it difficult too, what I've learned through the jersey side is like women's jerseys and kids. People just do not read and they assume that it's men's.
Yeah.
So I always try to put
man.
youth or women's in all
Because it's
caps.
cheaper, right? It's way cheaper than
It's
the men's.
cheaper and the dimensions are totally weird. I mean, you will see the measurements there. They're not going to fit you. And so you just got to look at every detail. But
It's
a lot of
big
buyers
if.
are just quick.
It's a big if you see
Yeah.
the measurements.
So speaking of returns, Mercari is now our next platform to talk about.
Ooh, Segway King.
Yeah, he was trying here. So Mercari made some changes, obviously, when we first talked about it, where they eliminated seller fees and for the first time ever allowed returns for any reason.
Wait. That's the
Any-
new change.
No, that was the
Reason.
change. That was their
that-
first original change with the
Okay.
no fees.
Yeah.
So less
Oh,
than
yeah.
2 months after this policy went into effect, they reversed it as far as the returns go. Sellers were informed that buyers would no longer be able to initiate a return for any reason. They have 3 days after an item is delivered to initiate a return and only can do so in very limited instances. After initiating a return request, buyers have 24 hours to provide proof that the item is not described in the listing.
Okay, love that.
So
Send a photo.
yeah, so this was actually a really, I mean, I feel like they had to make that change back because there's just no way. They said Mercari spokesperson said, "We listened to the feedback from our sellers and decided to reinstate our prior return policy." So it goes
Wow.
back to the 3-day period to return inaccurately described items.
I actually really like that because, like, what about it is going to become less accurate beyond 3 days? Like,
Yeah, true.
you know what I mean? It's so funny. I just was talking to a seller friend of mine. What's up, Lisa? About how somebody, like, reached out to her who had bought a pair of shoes from her or something, like, months and months ago, like 6+ months ago, and was like, the soles of these shoes are, like, wearing out. And she's like, you've been wearing them for 6 months. Like, I can't even find them in my history of orders because they're so far back there. But she's like the most kind-hearted person. And she's like, I wanted to see what I could do for him. And I'm like, I don't think there's anything you could do for him. He wore the freaking shoes. Like, that's what
Yeah.
happens when you wear shoes.
Exactly.
But anyway, I was just like, wow, Lisa, you're way nicer than me. But, you know, it's like buyers, like, reach out on eBay sometimes with stuff like that, and it's like, and they don't even ask you to do anything about it. They're just like, FYI, I'm grumbling about this, and you're like, okay, and I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
But of course, Lisa was so nice about it and was like, you know, spoke to him about it, and he didn't ask her to do anything about it. But I'm like, yeah, you definitely don't have to do anything about
Yeah.
it.
I mean, you don't know how if someone's gonna wear them every day, or what if they wore them once a week?
No, exactly.
We don't
It's
know.
like,
I mean,
no. And if you're like, this is a used shoe, first of all, and it's in the condition I said it was when you got it, that should be the end of the story.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I just think it's interesting.
yeah, and people that also buy like older shoes, I mean, should know this too, right? I mean,
Yeah.
They
like
could
old
crumble
Jordans,
anytime.
like 2008 pair or 2001 pair, going further 1996 pair, and they want them to last, years and years. It's just like it's
Asking
not gonna
you to
happen.
impossible.
Yeah,
These
exactly.
don't come with a time machine. They
Yeah.
are not cryogenically frozen. That would probably ruin the rubber anyway. You don't want that.
We should actually put that on our listing.
So Mercari
Time
change I think is
capsule.
good. I haven't really been active on Mercari as much as I was
Oh.
before.
Me neither.
Yeah, I think I've been trying to buy. I've been sending offers and stuff. More buying than I would say selling.
And then now you're the one that gets hit by the fees.
Yeah, exactly. So
Oh.
that I put that in consideration and trying to figure out what's the best price when adding all that in.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just clearly not worth it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just gets crazy. The next one and our last one. Well, here's an interesting one that we didn't talk about, which was StockX. They had posted a thing how like reselling isn't dead; it's just changed. Or like,
Oh yeah.
you saw that?
The percentage.
Really?
Yeah,
We should talk about that.
Yeah,
I'll pull
let me
it up.
find that- let me
the
find that
percentage
post.
of.
I know nothing about it, so you should tell me about it.
yeah. I did think that one was interesting because I was like, okay, obviously they want to, show that reselling is still alive and well. And also that's what their business is, so of course they want to talk about that. But the
Yeah.
graphic is the sneaker resale market isn't dead; it just looks different. So they show Nike down 11%, Jordan Brand down 12%, Adidas up 68%, and
Whoa,
Asics up
68.
275%.
Whoa!
Mm-hmm.
So wait, on their marketplace?
Yeah, on their marketplace. They say
So
numbers
this
represent
is-
market share on StockX from 2023 to 2024.
Got it.
While price premiums have softened, the market has never been more diverse. Nike and Jordan losing market shares to other brands. That's what they said. Companies are realizing they need to innovate and offer consistent newness across a brand offering.
Consistent newness.
Newness. Nike perhaps relied too heavily on Dunks and Jordans. It says also New Balance potentially overproduced the 550 and now have a gap to fill. 550 trades are down 59%. What do you think about that, Kenny? About 550s?
I think it's easy to make an article post of
Do you, Ken? Is
Of-
it easy to make an article?
post stuff happened already.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because they don't have a
but-
crystal ball? Is that what you mean?
but I think they should have to account the dollars than the percentage, right? Because for me, it's like okay, 200%. Like maybe that's only 2 million market share, and then now it's 4 million. Great, right? But what if Nike was 100 million minus 11%?
Right.
Now that's what minus 11 million. That's 89 million now, right? But that doesn't show the, because I know Asics is popping, but not pushing that volume still, right? Like
Right.
you're 2 million up, but 9 million down, like or 11 million down. Adidas, you say 68% went up. Yeah, that's mostly Samba sales,
Yeah.
right? And that probably replaced the Panda Dunk sales. So I would say like that's an easy PR marketing. It's like, oh, it's not dead. It's just not. You just need to sell more Asics. Like, yeah, really, yeah.
That's good though. Like the context of how to actually evaluate statistics is something that most people do not learn. Like I learned about that when I literally studied statistics in graduate school. Like, and the things that get published in articles like missing some of the context. It's like not necessarily nefarious. Like they don't have to provide every little bit of context every time they throw a number out there. But it's really important to recognize that, exactly what you're saying, Ken. Like that's not showing you like them relative to each other.
Right.
And we might make those assumptions when we're just reading those numbers and inadvertently compare them in a way that they're not actually being compared when they report those numbers.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting. Like that goes back to one of my favorite quotes, which is, I think, was Einstein. I don't know. I should probably look it up. But about how there's lies, damn lies, and statistics. Because it can be so tricky
Yeah, because
to interpret or to like fully understand
right.
the context that's not spoken about the statistics being reported.
Yeah, because I would go and say reselling wise, Nike and Jordan probably lost 20 to 30% value. I think that would be a more accurate description, right? Like when you were able to sell a Jordan 4 before for 300, now you lose that. Now you can only sell them for 250. That's a big drop, right? That's a huge percentage of the profit on top of buying it retail. You know, buying a $200 shoe before, when you sell it for $300, that's a good profit. But when you say, okay, ASICS is up, ASICS are already $130, and you're selling it at $150 to $180. That's not a big profit compared to what you were used to before. So I think there should be an article made on that. Glenn, I think you should do that.
Get right on that, Glenn.
Get on that right now. Well, the graphic.
I have to correct myself really quick. It was Mark Twain, not Einstein. Mark Twain popularized that saying. He didn't even come up with it, but he loved to say it. Kind of like I'm trying to popularize it now by.
So it was Einstein, but it wasn't popular when Einstein said
no,
it.
No, it wasn't Einstein. It was Mark Twain. It's Mark Twain.
Go ahead.
I was like, something feels wrong about that. Oh, because it was Mark Twain.
Glenn, you were saying?
Oh, well, the top comment in this says, show trading volume. I guess they wanted to see more of that than the volume, anything. Right? Yeah. Their graphic does show a Panda Dunk that trades are down 41%, and then average price down 14%. Average price premium dropped 37% to 15%, which I think Panda's even dropped even more because like Ken remembers. I mean, they were at like 230, 250, 280, and then now they're like under retail.
Yeah.
I mean, now we're talking like $100 probably.
Yeah. Now you can't resell it.
Yeah.
Would you guys make fun of me if I had Panda Dunks?
No.
Now? Yeah, I will.
What?
Now that you know. Laughing. I mean, I've always loved them. I've never owned a pair, but
You're not allowed
I love black and white together. Just always.
We'll give you a better black and white shoe.
The other black and white shoe. I have them. They're really steamy. I don't wear them a lot
because of the
they're
plasticky.
They have foot smog windows, but they're awesome. Good. I don't want to knock them. They're just like to wear as a cool feature.
I think you need to get Jordan 1 lows. For any girly girls that are not really big into sneakers, I think Jordan 1 low is solid. Then, what do you think?
I actually bought like 2 pairs of Jordan 1 lows recently.
Oh, what did you get?
I am a girly girl.
You're obviously a girly girl.
I own a lot of them.
You guys are girlier than me, I guess.
No, I rocked the black toe ones at the Capitol Hill. You know,
I got some of those too. I got that one, and I got the it was like
Shadow?
A white with kind of like a forest
blue?
Green.
Oh, you got the early pair.
Yeah,
the green. What gum green. Bottom?
I don't remember. I haven't worn them yet.
I have to trust you guys for any like Nikes that I ever have, but I will say one black and white shoe that I've had on my watch list and literally in my cart on eBay, size 8, is the black and white cow print Converse high tops. I just love them so much.
No, I do need some new Converse. I need some new Converse actually.
Dude, Converse would be good for working out too.
That is true. That's the flat sole.
Flat sole for lifting heavy, yeah.
Can we get Converse to sponsor this podcast?
Yeah, we can.
That'd be great.
I mean, it'll be just a matter of time. As long as we don't stop, we'll get Converse.
We'll get it. Converse, if you're listening, we all love you.
Hey, Mocha 1 Lows is coming out.
Oh, I did see that.
Those
are clean. Those are clean.
And a Mocha 1 Lows. Jordan 1 Mocha 1 Lows.
I don't know what that means.
You gotta get that.
Yeah, I will get them.
I can't have chocolate.
At least coffee.
I'm allergic to mocha.
It's coffee. Coffee
is no. A mocha has chocolate in it. That's
no. The color is coffee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then
they just call it mocha because it's. I don't know why did I.
Chocolate-y?
Well, it would be
better than brown.
Yeah, it's better than Jordan 1 brown.
Jordan 1 brown.
And then I would model it, Jordan 1 brown. Just like my skin tone.
Exactly.
Like brown guy, brown shoe.
Yeah.
Totally works.
He's not even wearing shoes.
Brown mentality.
And our last update is Whatnot, which I think Ken's probably like, why did they make this policy? What is going on over there? And so this one is interesting. And I want to hear Ken's feedback on this too, which Ken was selling when a lot of this stuff was kind of first going on. So I think we'll get more feedback from Kenny on this standpoint. But they're reaching out. We're letting you know about a policy change for mystery games. In order to continue building trust between sellers and buyers, we're updating our mystery games policy. This is effective September 5th. So, mystery games cannot be randomized through a physical machine. We do not permit distributing items based on results from a vending machine, gumball machine, pinball machine, raffle drum, or any other physical randomizing machines.
No, raffle drum. Come on.
So they want it digitalized.
Yeah.
Why?
And more than likely, I think they want it digitalized through their app while you're running.
Yes.
You know, like for them to do the randomizer rather than.
Did they come out? Did they come out with a wheel yet? Is it out?
They do have a wheel, yes. They do
Okay,
have a wheel. Yeah. And also just like if you want to do like a buyer's givey, you could do
buyer's giveaway only.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you could do that too.
The wheel back in the day when I was still streaming, it caused a lot of like overheating issues and then like app was freezing. So I mean they were already thinking about it, but I think there should be a harsher punishment on people not running mystery giveaways properly.
How does this go sideways? Like,
well, people. So for example, right?
What
like
happens?
the mystery giveaway, right? Is it a mystery game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could tell Anna, my buyer, or my friend, hey, the big prize is on box number 9.
Oh.
Right?
So please bid that.
Yeah, let's just say shuffle it. It's like it's the box that has a dent on the side.
Okay.
You know, right? Like there could be markers.
So it's just like insider.
Yes, insider trading, right?
Yeah.
Like, and we've seen that. It was so funny. Like the last person I was in that got caught, it was Post-it notes. Remember that, Glenn?
Oh yeah.
So you would get a Post-it, and for some reason the big prize doesn't get drawn to like the last 2, and it's 30 Post-it notes, and I was like, what in the world? Like this guy's, like his money making is like, because the less spots available, the higher the bids happen, right? So like, okay, the shoe is on like 2 more Post-it notes or 5 more Post-it notes, and this guy had multiple Post-it notes, and he would have the big price all the time in the back. And you know how like Sharpie would bleed? And he showed it on cam. It had socks and shoes layered, so he controls when he pulls the shoes. And this was super funny. Everybody so it's like, if he ran it, I mean, he's done it for like a long time and he just got caught. Wow. But if he wasn't sloppy, he would have went on.
Well,
which is the scary part.
There's your lesson.
It's a lot of like,
if you're gonna lie, don't be sloppy.
I mean, when people have their money involved in this, it's you don't want to see anybody like getting ripped off on a lot of this stuff, but
no, definitely not.
They did add more stuff about this, which is let me find the other. Here it is. Any game run in bags and accessories must follow these additional requirements.
Oh.
So, there's a lot of like, I guess like mystery games going on with like higher end, like wallets, card holders, bags, things like that. And so the minimum value for a bag in a mystery game must be higher than $150, and the minimum value for an accessory must be higher than $50.
Huh. Because before, Anna, they would just throw in some trash. Like, I mean, they still probably do. It's like, or they say like, this is valued $500, and you could buy it on TJ Maxx for $40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then what's the retail price? You know how we've seen this so many with shoes. Well, the retail is this, or like the seller could go by resale value.
Yeah.
Or retail value.
Right.
I think they could go in both. They just have to be consistent. Right?
Yeah,
you can't value a $500 shoe and say that, we retail for $100, right? Like, but you have to value it correctly. Because some people just straight lie. It's like, $1,000 shoe. Like, bro, like it was $1,000 shoe in 2020, in 2020.
And then yours is used, no box.
That's what I say. Yeah, it's like brand new on StockX is $500. Yeah, but yours is used, and you can't buy that in StockX. You can't even sell that on StockX. So yours is $200. And they're trying to
like modifications are like, this is like a dumb example, but like, oh, this is worth $200 more because I licked it. Like,
yeah. That's what it's
people-
like. Yeah.
Like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Ugh.
so no. I think I mean the rules have always been there. They've just haven't been implementing it.
Yeah.
I mean we know it. I mean I was probably one of the first people to do mystery games with T-shirts, and they told me I can't do it anymore. I was like, it wasn't really plainly in the rules. I just said okay because some people were like kind of like misusing it. But there's just no, because like if there was a rule, they should have punished me, or they should have punished the other bigger accounts. Where, funny, like the other thing is like I think Glenn, it's been changed already that all mystery box should be shown on screen, right?
Like the box itself.
Right, before it was not shown on screen. They're just pulling random boxes on the side.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it says, be truthful about pricing. Do not mislead buyers about the value of the box by mentioning the highest potential value of a mystery box.
Yeah, because other people are like, oh, $1,000 box right here, $1,000, but the floor is like 50.
Yeah, that's a
Right.
huge difference. I don't know how
Right?
to make these games fun that aren't
It used to be fun. People
rigged,
just
but also
ruin it.
aren't gambling. Like,
It is gambling. It is gambling, right?
it's extremely difficult. I don't know how would they do this, or how can any platform do this correctly?
No, because if you do it straight with following the rules, the chances are you're gonna break even and lose money.
True.
Because
As
if
the
you
seller.
did,
Because
Yeah,
that's
as
how
the seller.
gambling
Yeah.
works.
no, well, because the seller just kind of like pushes the value on the higher end.
Yeah.
Because they would say like a shoe that's worth $1,000, but it's a terrible size, and the size is actually size 8 men's, and it's a 2,000 difference from the size 12 and the size 8. And they don't reveal the size, right? Remember that, Glenn?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
if people don't reveal the size, then...
That seems crazy to me with shoes. It's like, you don't know what size these shoes are? Like, unless you might want to resell it, why
Yeah.
would you even, like...
Right.
it's
Yeah,
not gonna
exactly.
fit you.
That's why, like, when... I think the last mystery box I did was a Christmas. When I gave the Dior's... When there was a Dior giveaway, but that was sponsored by Whatnot. Without that, I probably would have break even.
Wow.
I mean, I guess as a seller, though, okay, let's say I have 20 boxes, they're mystery boxes, and then I let Ken pick a box. He's the first winner, and then he picks the highest.
The highest end.
Yeah, the highest end.
The rest of the
valued
box, nobody would want to pay. Yeah. You lose money on that
Oh.
one, right?
Yeah, so as a seller, that's.
Didn't that happen to you or something like that? The second, third box?
I think. I don't know if it was shoes, though. I might have done it with a I think I did it with jerseys, I think.
Jersey, right?
I think
Yeah.
so. I think it was like the second buyer or something like that.
Got the highest.
And that's why I think my second best item still has to be like
Close. right?
yeah, because you never know. I mean, when that item's gonna be gone, and then
Yeah.
like you said, they're not gonna be interested in it anymore.
I feel
mean,
like there has to be like a 3. I feel like there has to be like the higher chance of winning, right? Like, like I think what we did before was like 50% has to be over the average to and then the other 50 is the losers. But in that model, you're not really making much money.
Yeah.
You're just trying to move product.
Yeah, exactly. That's a tough
Yeah,
one.
so-
That's a tough one there.
But I think all the rules that they're trying to do is great. It's just a matter of the
Yeah.
The
Rules
sellers
and
im-
legal
implement-
regulations.
Yeah, legal
it's just
regulations
the implementations, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, dude,
I
if you
feel like that's so like confusing though. Like as a seller, I'm like, that doesn't sound fun to me to try to orchestrate.
It doesn't seem fun to me. I mean, there's
I
a
don't
lot
even
of
have that
sellers
much
making
fun.
big money doing
It's fine.
this.
yeah, big.
Yeah,
money.
right. But doing it in an upright way or not, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's the question, right?
Yeah,
And-
somebody have to lose big for somebody has to win big.
And I guess Anna now doing eBay Live. Like,
Who
has eBay done or said anything about them doing mystery games, or is that just not really a thought right now?
I think it is, as far as I know.
Not games.
Yeah, it's not a thing. But I don't know if that means it will never be on the roadmap or if it's just not a thing right now. I don't know.
Possibly some giveaways. I've asked them about big giveaways before.
Yeah.
Then it just has to do something with legal, right?
Yeah.
Because giveaway is a touchy subject.
Yeah. There's
It's like-
definitely like very specific ways to go about it.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if that's something, like if that's a layer that has been unlocked yet for sellers to do.
You'd have to get everything way below retail.
Yeah.
mean,
Welcome
'cause
to
you-
my world.
Because Ken's saying, like, yeah, everything has to be over 50% market.
Winner. Right. Yeah.
Huh.
So you'd have
Should
to
we
get
try
it.
it? You should try it.
You should try,
I should try it.
Yeah. No, Glenn should try it. On
Oh
Whatnot.
yeah. I
Try
should
it.
We'll be there.
We'll be
We'll
there.
watch you succeed or
or not.
Or dot dot dot. We'll watch you succeed or.
Yeah.
yeah. We'll or cry or flop or lose money.
I mean, even when Ken was selling, I was never like a huge fan of the mystery stuff, but people love it. Some people love it.
Glenn
For
I think is one of the
entertainment
biggest
value.
winner in my giveaways. Remember
Oh.
that?
Oh, yeah.
Glenn won the top 2 like off-whites or something like that.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he bought like 4 spots out of the 10 and he won the top 2. Which was, I mean, like it was a good game. I mean, he did. I mean, like, you know, you can't win if you don't buy, but
Yeah.
that's when I was using cards.
They get you, Ken.
That was fun. And then I
Yeah.
got a call really quick, like, "Hey, we can't you be doing card gambling." I'm
Oh.
like, well,
Card
mystery
games.
cards, mystery
Yeah.
card games, but
At
I've
that
been a
point, I
sucker.
figured if I own 40% of the cards,
Yeah.
I have to win something here.
You don't have to, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to.
Like,
but-
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, that would've-
I mean, I could have just lost completely.
I'm gonna take all y'all back to statistics class right now.
yeah, 40% is still
True.
There's the other chunk, which is 60%.
You know
Yeah.
what? Thinking about it
So-
now, I think that did happen to me on a different Ken's game. I don't know if it was one of the ones you did a laptop or you did one of those. I did buy quite
iPads
a
or
bit, and
something
I
like
didn't
that,
win
yeah.
anything on those.
yeah.
So
But that was shoes for retail. That was Air Force One for retail. It was my back to school. I was giving away iPads and then laptops. Gee, those were the days where we were just laughing and at that point it was like almost break even on my end, but it was fun. But
yeah,
we did a lot of things for break even and fun back in the day.
Break
those
even
are big
plus
dog
fun.
prizes right there.
For real.
All right. Well, I guess those are we added StockX in there, so I guess we had 5
I know.
platforms that we were talking about today.
A lot of changes. A lot of changes.
A lot of right before Q4.
Was that 5? Wait, what were they? There was IKEA?
IKEA, eBay,
eBay,
Mercari,
Mercari.
StockX, and whatnot.
Oh, Whatnot. Yeah.
What-
Okay.
yeah.
Got it.
So
That is 5.
Come on, Anna.
Good job.
That's fine.
Whatnot is considered a
I like
platform.
statistics, not math. Counting to
well, apparently
five?
mine is wrong because 40% was a big risk.
gamble.
Yeah,
This is
that
why
was a big
this
risk.
is why we need each other. With
Yeah.
our powers combined, we can do all the numbers.
Imagine if we knew Anna then. Anna would probably be texting Glenn, you're statistically
Like,
losing.
bro,
Yeah.
you're losing
What are
it.
you doing here? You're not gonna
losing
win
it.
this.
And then you would get to throw it in my face when you won.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that's
anything
how that
else?
works.
I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I think if there, like they always say, if there's one thing that's constant, it's change.
Yeah.
So
And if you're not changing, then you're not growing. Well, I think what is that on Bridesmaids? Well, if I think you're,
wow, now
where
Glenn's
they go back
quoting.
and forth.
What were those girly girl shoes you were talking about?
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Oh, Jordan won
If you're
those.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you're
yeah.
a girly girl, you should get Jordan 1 shoes. And Glenn's like, I bought 2 recently.
One's over here quoting Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
I love it. The softer side. No, I do like the updates though. I think sometimes especially going into, we're rounding the corner here, right, into Q4, and like it's really easy to like not pay attention to that stuff when it's coming out, unless it's directly affecting your business. And of course, it's really important to know if it is directly affecting your business. But even if it's not, like, what's happening in the industry, you know, like, I appreciate that Glenn always has a pulse on that and can report to me personally what's going on, because I probably won't go seek out that information.
Yep. So if you didn't know, now you know. And that is a wrap for episode 42 with Seller Club Podcast. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Make sure you follow eBay for Sellers, our other sponsor for this podcast, and Seller Ledger, bookkeeping made easy. All the links are going to be in the description. And we'll see you next week. Peace.
See ya.
Bye.